Grain Elevator and Processing Society is hosting their annual GEAPS Exchange Conference at the Kansas City Convention Center, February 22nd through the 25th of 2025. GEAPS Exchange is the biggest and best show in the grain industry with more than 400 exhibitors and 45 hours of education. It is the best place to find grain handling and processing operation solutions all in one place. GEAPS Exchange brings together industry professionals from across the world to help build professional networks and connect with the products you need. Come walk the trade show floor, take part in live demonstrations, innovation stations, and see new equipment. Make valuable connections through a variety of fun and exciting social events. Early bird pricing ends January 28th. Learn more and register at jeeps.com/exchange. This episode is dedicated to the biggest and best show in the grain handling and processing industry. It's the annual show that the Grain Elevator and Processing Society puts on. I'm talking about GEAPS Exchange. Today we are taking you from A to Z. Get ready. Hello and welcome to the show. Welcome to the Whole Grain Podcast. My name is Jim Lenz, your host and producer of the show, and the Director of Global Training and Education at GEAPS, where the mission of the Grain Elevator and Processing Society is to champion, connect, and serve the global grain industry and our members. At GEAPS, we work to be the global community and thought leader for the grain industry, which feeds and fuels the world. Thanks for listening today and joining the network of thousands of other grain handling and processing professionals across the globe, taking strategic steps to grow professionally. The Whole Grain Show will give you the competitive advantage to win at work so you can make more of an impact. And speaking of making impact, what better way in the least amount of time to have the biggest impact for your organization, to grow your network, and support your personal professional development. This is an episode you need to share with your colleagues in your greater grain industry network. We promise that this episode will get you informed about all things GEAPS Exchange 2024. We thank the large list of vendors and suppliers who are going to be here at GEAPS Exchange with your presence and for the dialogue you'll generate with the grain operations folks. We have a great cast of characters joining the show today. We want to give a special thanks to our GEAPS Exchange Platinum sponsors, Cargill, CCS Group, Custom Concrete Specialist, and IVT Industrial Solutions. You'll hear about them later in the show. Let's start the show with the Executive Director of the Grain Elevator and Processing Society, John Cowpert. John, we've got this great event, of course, GEAPS Exchange coming up. What's your message for those who are registered and those who are considering right now?
As Executive Director of GEAPS, I'm really excited about Exchange and the countless opportunities it's going to offer. Exchange is the opportunity for everyone that works in the grain and grain processing industry, regardless of whether they're a member or not. We welcome our members back. We would like to add new members to our family. That being said, Exchange is a gathering for all. We're going to kick off Exchange with a fantastic keynote address by world-renowned musician Sandy Gennaro. From there, we will have more than two dozen educational breakout sessions across 4 different tracks. Our expo, world-renowned in the grain and grain processing industry, nearly 400 exhibitors touching every point in the grain and grain processing value chain will be there on hand to network with, to interact with, to learn from. So again, we're excited about Exchange, looking forward to welcoming everyone to Kansas City.
All right, you heard it, everybody. You heard it from John Cowpert, our new GEAPS Executive Director. Thank you, John, for sharing some time with Whole Grain Podcast listeners.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
Now let's talk with Brittany about the big trade show floor.
Yeah, so I'm Brittany Labatt. I am the Conference and Sales Manager here at GEAPS.
All right, Brittany, great to have you. Got a number of questions I want to inquire with you, and I think listeners would be very interested in this because Exchange, what a great event. It's such a neat opportunity for individuals and teams who work in grain facilities once a year to come to the big GEAPS Exchange trade show floor and experience all there is as they are planning, for future maintenance projects and future expansion projects. What a better place to come to than Exchange. So where else can one connect with so many suppliers and vendors, the grain handling and processing industry? I know you've been working with the vendors and suppliers. They are such a big, important piece. This event would not go on without them. So we appreciate them. We appreciate their support. Brittany, can you provide listeners with an understanding of just how vast the exhibitor hall is? It was my first year last year. It's impressive.
Yeah. So this year we have 71,900 square feet of expo hall. And so just to wrap your mind around that, that's about 719 10 by 10s. Of course, our floor plan is much more than that. Lots of bigger booths and smaller booths. We have a variety of equipment to try out as well. So yeah, you get a little overwhelmed once you walk up those stairs and see all the things, but it's really exciting and exhibitors are excited to meet with everybody.
Yeah, there's a variety of verticals within that grain handling and processing industry. A lot of things are very interactive, but those conversations are so important. Share with our listeners, how many exhibitors will be participating this year, 2024?
We have 390 companies that are exhibiting this year.
Wow, that's fantastic. And recently shared with GEAPS internal staff and the board something really special about GEAPS Exchange 2024. So please share with Whole Grain Podcast listeners.
Yeah, so this year, first time since 2017, we are completely sold out of booth space. So we are super excited for what that means for attendees and for the future of GEAPS. We're really excited about all the companies that are going to be there. And we have actually quite a few new exhibitors as well. So we're excited for February coming up. I know exhibitors are planning and preparing as we speak.
All right. Thank you for the quick report. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll continue talking about all things exchange right after this brief message. IBT Industrial Solutions has been your expert and product support partner in the grain industry for over 75 years. They solve the hard problems to help keep your business running. As a one-stop shop for products and services ranging from motion amplification to conveying solutions, they also stock product inventory from over 1,200 suppliers available now at one of their 37 locations across the Midwest. Come visit IBT Solutions at the GEAPS Exchange, booth 2608, or go to ibtinc.com/grain. IBT Industrial Solutions, your trusted grain industry partner. All right, now we're going to bring you all things related to the registration process.
Hello, my name is Susan Sarapa. I am the Customer Relationship Associate for GEAPS. During Exchange, I handle the registration process. I handle the pre-registration process, help people over the phone when they have trouble getting through registration and hotel reservations. And I am also on site helping when we open at GEAPS Exchange.
For those who have attended at that site at Kansas City Convention Center, or for those who are completely new, let's provide a little background in an auditory sort of format so they can visualize in their head what to expect here, in particular to the registration process. Susan, what should someone expect when they get to the registration area?
Well, as you walk into the main hallway, you'll see the registration lobby. It'll be very apparent. We'll have lots of signage, and it'll be made up of 3 general areas. The first area is the self-help kiosk. There'll be 4 self-help stations there. And if you haven't pre-registered, but prefer to register on site on your own, there will be 4 stations available where you can sign in and register for the expo. You can also get help if you run into any issues with that. The second area is the express registration stations. So this is if you've already registered and brought your confirmation with you, you can step up to one of our 4 express registration stations where you can scan your barcode, and that'll allow you to print your badge. So you'll have that ready and on the go. And the third area is the registration desk. Now, if you're rather one of those people that just need help and you want someone to help you with your registration, you can step up and be greeted by one of the registration representatives that can help you through the process. So, and you can also go to them if you have any questions about the expo as well.
Excellent. Another thing related to registration that people may want to know is when can I register? What are the times?
So we will be open for registration beginning on Saturday. I believe it's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. during the day. And Sunday, I believe it starts at 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday, it runs from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Tuesday, we open at 7 a.m. and close at 2 p.m.
All right. They arrived. They got there safely. They are now registered. Provide some just brief understanding of what is next, where they go, where it's located. For example, obviously the big trade show floor and the education sessions. Where are they in relation to the registration area?
So the show floor is just steps away up the escalator on the floor just above the registration desk. So you will see it. It's just right adjacent to the registration desk. It's very, very hard to miss, and you can just go right up the escalator. The education sessions, I can't remember what hall it's in, but there'll be lots of signage. It will be behind the registration desk, and you can ask one of the representatives if you need any guidance. There'll be plenty of signage though available for that. It was exciting to see all the attendees come to the, registration area with smiles on their faces. They seem to be ready to have some fun, excited to walk the show floor and participate in all the great events and the social events that we have going, including the Get Acquainted party. This year, we're going to have music bingo. There's going to be lots of exciting things going on. So I don't think it'll disappoint.
Hi, my name is Patsy. I am part of the professional development team, and you usually find me at the registration, running around in the expo hall or in the education session.
There's a lot of responsibilities of GEAPS staff that go behind the scenes. You play a role in making sure everything goes smooth while on site that a lot of people may not be aware of. What is one of your favorite parts of Exchange?
One of my favorite part of Exchange is meeting the members, and especially during the education sessions, there are goodies there that you can take and use. I guess being part of the professional development team education is probably one of my favorite.
What would you say are one or two things an Exchange attendee should bring along?
I would say bring some good shoes because you'll be walking and standing all day, and also the willingness to connect and network with people.
We'll be back after a quick break.
GEAPS Training and Education Program is proud to release Introduction to Grain Operations. This new course is a multimedia version of what was known as GEAPS 500 with dynamic graphics, video examples, photographs, multidimensional illustrations, animations, and interactive exercises. This course is sure to prepare your teams for the work you need them to do. This is a great industry primer at a great price. For a limited time, GEAPS members may purchase the course for just $195. Non-members still save and pay just $295. For more information, visit GEAPS.com. All right, stay tuned. We have more coming up, including information on education sessions, the formal and informal networking opportunities, and you'll also hear from our president of the GEAPS International Board of Directors right after this message. Custom Concrete Specialist has you covered with concrete silo repairs, having completed over 1,500 projects. CCS is a nation's leader in structural assessments, preventative maintenance, and emergency repairs for terminal and country grain elevators. CCS is dedicated to providing advanced evaluation technology, a skilled and experienced team, and unwavering commitment to safety. CCS provides nationwide services of shotcrete liners, catastrophic failure repairs, carbon fiber solutions, crack and spalling repairs, hopper installation and repairs, and roof coatings. Visit their website at ccsgrouponline.com.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Fierstead Miller. I am the Conference and Expo Director for GEAPS.
Big picture-wise, if you could share with our listeners, Adrienne, what are the benefits of going to Exchange?
So there are a multitude of benefits from attending Exchange. A big one that is talked about a lot is networking. People are always giving us anecdotes about the connections that they made at Exchange that became vital resources for them for years to come. So it really lends itself to great networking and connecting with people with all sorts of levels of experience and knowledge. Another thing I would say is our education is really, really excellent. Each year, our educational programming committee works on putting together an educational slate with, cutting edge information and best practices. So you are sure to learn something that you can, immediately take back to your place of work and apply on the job. And then, just having a great time. People have a lot of fun in Exchange, so it's not all, it's not all work.
Yeah. Adrienne and her team put a lot of effort into just what she said, creating fun. Yeah, there's network on the trade show floor and within the educational sessions, but there are very targeted efforts made to create a unique, fun, lighthearted, with some great food and entertainment.
Exactly.
To support that networking opportunity. So it's a community of people coming together, some for the first time, some are looking forward to seeing each other. So those who have been here at Exchange in the past, they're probably curious, hey, Adrienne, what is new this year at GEAPS Exchange 2024?
Yeah, so a few things are new. Some things will actually be new to me as well. We have a sold out expo hall. And so that means new exhibiting companies who this will be their first time exhibiting at GEAPS Exchange. So, you're sure to see new products and services. Of course, the education program is always fresh. We also have a closing event that's new this year. We are playing music bingo on Tuesday. So join us in the expo hall on Tuesday. And then right after it closes, head to music bingo for a lot of fun and chance to win some really great prizes donated by our exhibitors.
Some people just rewinded this, I think, and they said, what did you say? Music bingo?
Music bingo, we have a professional company coming in to host it. So this company does music bingo all over at, bars, restaurants, parties. And what they'll do is they'll play songs and everybody will have bingo cards with song names on them. And so it's just like, regular bingo, you get 5 in a row. So you hear the song, you look to see if it's on your bingo card, and then you mark it off. And I have heard that it will be very easy. There will be, if you're not a music aficionado, that is okay. You can converse amongst the others at your table. If you need to pull out your smartphone. So we're going to make this just a really fun and enjoyable experience. And like I said, if you get bingo, there'll be some great prizes that you can win.
And that's just some of the new things at Exchange this year. Thank you for sharing that. Before we conclude here, do you have any advice for getting the most out of the Exchange experience? What is your advice?
Yeah, I would say just because Exchange is such a robust conference with so much going on, I think you get the most out of your experience just by taking a little time to plan ahead before you get on site. And we have some wonderful tools for you to do that. Probably first and foremost being the mobile app for GEAPS Exchange 2024. So in that app, you are going to find the entire schedule of events, and you'll have the ability to favorite things. So you can create, a whole file of all the things that you want to make sure that you don't miss, all the education sessions, all the parties you want to go to. And then also take a look at the interactive expo hall floor plan. Our exhibitors put a lot of time and effort into creating profiles so you can get a real sense of what their company is about, what they'll be bringing to Exchange. Some of them even have product pictures posted in the app, as well as show specials. So I would just encourage you to take a look at that and sort of plan how you want to spend your days.
I'm glad you shared that. That's actually a really big piece. I'm curious, when can individuals access the mobile app to kind of look at what you just described? Is it when you're at the event, or is there even time a little bit before the event that they'll have access to?
Yeah, so you will have access to the event prior to. And so if you are registered to attend the event, you will get an email notification from us letting you know that the mobile app is available in the App Store for download.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you so much for spending some time with Whole Grain listeners. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, now we're going to go ahead and discuss our educational opportunities at Exchange.
Hi, my name is Betsy Polis. I'm Senior Project Manager with GEAPS.
Betsy, great to have you here. And tell everybody about all the great educational opportunities at GEAPS Exchange 2024.
We start kicking off education on Sunday morning with our keynote speaker. It starts at 8 a.m. We're excited to welcome rock star and professional speaker Sandy Gennaro as the 2024 keynote speaker. Gennaro, who's toured with Cyndi Lauper, the Monkees, and Joan Jett, delivers a powerful presentation about beating the odds and becoming a rock star in business and in life. It's one of those events you don't want to miss.
Now, Betsy, we offer what I think is a really unique opportunity to uncover the landscape of innovation in the grain handling and processing industry. And one of those means of delivery for innovation at Exchange is Idea Exchange. Just in case those listeners have not attended, can you elaborate a little bit more about what Idea Exchange is all about?
So directly after the conference keynote, the Idea Exchange runs from 9:45 to 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. This is a very popular event. Make sure to come see these short presentations from a variety of speakers on some of the newest and innovative products and ideas to the grain industry. We have so many new products, from the first ever rapid quantitative gluten strip test for grain and milling products to new conveyor products, new grain drying products, new railcar loading, reverse sweep, all things. Check it out on our website to see the full list and make sure to attend.
Thank you, Betsy. In this single annual event, how many total hours of education are offered at GEAPS Exchange?
Attendees at GEAPS Exchange have access to 45 hours of peer-reviewed education.
That's great. A lot of those things I'd love for you to address a little bit more and talk about how this is organized and what's available.
Sure. This year we have 4 individual tracks of education: maintenance, employee development, safety, and grain operations. The tracks are planned so you can attend all the sessions in one or mix and match throughout the 4 as you go. Tracks start on Sunday afternoon in the Expo Hall Innovation Stations and run Monday and Tuesday, February 26th and 27th, with multiple session options. There are just so many great presenters this year covering a plethora of topics. I can't speak to all of them here, but our website can, so I encourage everyone to check those out and start building your schedule.
Good tip there. Check out jeeps.com/exchange for all the details there. Something you definitely want to look through beforehand. Actually, another thing, just to give some people context, earlier in the show, they talked about the registration process, where that's located. Where are these education sessions held in respect to everything else that's going on?
Yeah, so after you pick up your badge at registration, you will just head down the hall and up the escalators, and you'll be able to find all the education sessions there. For keynote and Idea Exchange that Sunday morning, they're going to be held in the Grand Ballroom. That's on the same level as registration. So all within the conference center at the convention center.
Good to know. When those conclude, and they'll just walk down the hallway into the large expo hall, just absolutely enormous. And we had already Brittany share a little bit of information about that. But a good thing to touch base here is one of the most important demonstrations that one will see perhaps ever in the industry. For a lot of people, maybe have done this on site and been part of it, but we have something very unique. I'd love for you to address this important piece.
Yes. So we have a grain entrapment rescue demonstration. Oklahoma State University brings their training trailer into the expo hall. It's set up very central, and they do daily, if not twice a day, demonstrations of hands-on rescues. We will have representatives from the Kansas City Fire Department available for a panel discussion as well, along with the trainers within the demonstration. It is a very, very valuable type of training that you don't want to miss. These happen 5 times throughout the 3 days of Expo Hall, and they are at the same time as the innovation stations, which are also education within the Expo Hall.
You heard it from Betsy. Absolutely action-packed with educational opportunities. Once again, Betsy, how many total hours at this single event at GEAPS Exchange in education?
45 hours of education.
All right. Thank you, Betsy.
Thank you.
We also want to thank the great work of the EPC committee for steering the education at GEAPS Exchange. Now, let's talk about communication channels before, during, and after GEAPS Exchange.
My name is Julia Clone. I'm the Director of Operations with GEAPS.
Great to have you, Julia, on the show. We want to make sure now that those who have registered or are intending to register or intending on coming, that they understand the different means of communication leading up to and while on site, because there's some very exciting things that I think people will be interested in knowing what you have to offer. So can you talk about some of the breakdown of the different communication channels that involve GEAPS Exchange?
Absolutely. So for those folks who've already registered and already reserved your hotel room, you already have a confirmation that details out those things. As we get closer to Exchange, you can expect to receive a daily email. So that will kind of outline the schedule for the day, hit some highlights for the day. The mobile app is another great resource on site. So this is an app you can download on your smartphone, add to your phone. It's a tool that has the schedule. It has the entire exhibitor floor plan. It has all the companies, their products. Companies can list show specials. And it's got all the schedule details included as well. One of the cool features with the app is that you can really customize, kind of build your own schedule inside of the app. So if there's companies you want to visit, you can star those. If there's particular sessions you want to attend, you can mark those as well. So it can be a real custom kind of guide for you throughout the exchange. If a mobile app isn't your thing, we also print what we call the at a glance. So there's a smaller paper version of a guide that you can pick up at registration that will also have some details about the floor plan, slightly less information than you can access on the map, but it's still a great tool for the schedule and for some basic kind of trade show floor plan items. If all of those fail, there's always the GEAPS booth. You can head to the GEAPS booth or the GEAPS registration desk and find some staff and ask a question. We'd be happy to direct you to wherever you're looking to go.
Choose what's best for you or choose all of them. You just mentioned the GEAPS booth. It's generally going to be pretty easy to find. You'll see it with the signage. But just to help people as they're coming in, what are some landmarks? How can people find the GEAPS booth?
Sure. So when you arrive at the Kansas City Convention Center, you'll follow the signs to the GEAPS registration area. You'll grab your name badge, you'll get all checked in, and you'll head up the escalators. The escalators are right there by the registration desk. And once you get to the top of the escalators, you are in the expo hall. So you'll see the sights and sounds and noise of the trade show right away. If you're looking for the GEAPS booth, you're going to take a left and head kind of around back behind you, and you'll find the GEAPS booth. You're not going to miss it because we're right near the grain entrapment trailer, which is a big trailer, a very cool experience. If you have not seen that live happen before, a very good thing to check out. That's repeated several times throughout the exchange, but there's a big seating area there as well. And the GEAPS booth is set up just behind that or just kind of beside that. So come check us out and we'll help you out with anything you need.
Perfect. Also, there'll be announcements throughout the day on the intercom system to support you as well. So I think we've got you covered, listeners, for attending GEAPS Exchange in terms of communication. Julia, thanks for sharing that.
Thank you, Jim.
Hi, my name is Deb Most. I'm the Member and Chapter Services Manager at GEAPS.
Deb, great to have you on the show because this is a great opportunity to tell people about the upcoming exchange. A lot of exciting things. As listeners heard, Deb works with the chapters. And so tell us about on the exchange trade show floor, something that's pretty exciting and I think unique for trade show industry events.
Yeah, we do a chapter cornhole tournament. And we ask our chapters and other members to sponsor a team of 2 to play cornhole during the expo hours. So people drop in, a couple teams can play, and it's a chance for our chapter members to network with each other and give each other graphic times and potentially win a trophy and a cash prize. So we are very excited to be hosting this for the 3rd year. It's going to be the GEAPS booth. We'll have the schedule up in the GEAPS booth, and we invite people to come in and watch and cheer people on. And if there's not a game going on, maybe we'll have the cornhole boards there for you to play if you want to play with somebody.
It's a fun thing to have a little competition and network. And speaking of networking, Deb, tell us about a couple other things that are offered here at Exchange.
We know that we have a lot of new people at the Exchange, and it's hard to walk into a room of 3,000 people and get to know others. So instead of wait until the expo hall floor or even the education program, we have started to have a mixer for our new attendees and international attendees. And this is a chance for you to come in as a new attendee and meet our leaders, both our membership committee as well as our board, and to ask your questions and meet other new attendees. It is on 6:00 on Saturday night before the Get Acquainted party. It's just an hour, and we really invite you to network and start your networking there because you'll be seeing these people around the floor the rest of the week.
That's a great summary. Thank you, Deb, for sharing all the great news and fun that's happening at GEAPS Exchange 2024.
You're very welcome.
We'll connect with GEAPS International Board President coming up next, right after a brief message. Cargill is delighted to sponsor the Grain Elevator and Processing Society Exchange once again. They wish everyone a safe and enjoyable experience in Kansas City. Cargill is committed to providing food, ingredients, agricultural solutions, and industrial products to nourish the world in a safe, responsible, and sustainable way. Sitting at the heart of the supply chain, Cargill partners with farmers and customers to source, make, and deliver products that are vital for living. Their 160,000 team members innovate with purpose, providing customers with life's essentials so businesses can grow, communities prosper, and consumers live well. With 159 years of experience as a family company, they look ahead while remaining true to their values. They put people first. They reach higher. They do the right thing today and for generations to come. For more information, visit cargill.com and their news center.
I'm Chuck Kunish, president of the International Board of GEAPS.
All right, we're excited, Chuck, and we're excited for you to be on the show here, Chuck, as GEAPS Board President. How excited are you?
I'm unbelievably excited, Jim. Everything's really coming together. The staff has done a fantastic job. I just can't wait till we get to the opening session and things get started.
You have been to GEAPS Exchange, I think, was it 3 or 4 times? I'm just kidding. You know, how many times have you been to GEAPS Exchange?
I don't know. A lot. Probably 20 plus.
All right. So let's talk about those who are coming to GEAPS Exchange for the first time. What are your words of wisdom? How you describe it? What should they consider for the big event?
It can be a little bit overwhelming. The amount of people in excess of 3,000, the amount of vendors. So sort of get a game plan together of who you really want to talk to. What are you looking for? If you're a regular member, what vendors you want to talk to make sure you get to those ones you really want to talk to. Because if you just walk the floor without a plan, you can get overwhelmed. If you have a plan, meet the ones that you want to talk to, and then maybe just stroll the floor to see what else you can find out. Because there's always a lot more to find out than you planned on.
Yeah, that's great advice. What projects are you working on? What are some future projects? Think about discussions you have or should have with your team coming in. And we're going to share in this episode the tools and resources to support you in those things that you described. Of course, you can go to jeeps.com/exchange. All right, Chuck, thank you so much for joining the show. We look forward to seeing you and everybody else here at the upcoming GEAPS Exchange.
Yep, great. Go GEAPS.
In agriculture, we have so many great people, and you get to put all of them in one place.
In Kansas City, it's really neat because you take the escalators up. It's like the floodgates have opened.
And I see the scale of people and exhibitors and equipment and technology it's amazing.
That first time where you walk onto the floor and you get to see how fresh, shiny, and new it is each year, it just gives you a level of excitement to be back.
Oh, there's so much equipment, and to be able to go and look and kick the tires and talk to people about all the new equipment and learn about the equipment, I just love it.
Well, when I walk into the expo center, I'm an extrovert, so I see all these people that I need to meet. It's the people that make Exchange. It's the people that you meet. It's the relationships that you build. It's those people that you call and ask for questions, that you ask advice to later on, because it's that network built in that's there to help you.
A lot of what we do at GEAPS is relationship building. Being able to understand who you can talk to when you do have issues or problems, even just to run an idea past somebody that, you know, maybe they've got a different way of doing things better.
It's good to have these relationships and hey guys, like we met, last year or a few months ago in the GEAPS Exchange. I'm Ramsey Farag. get this done as soon as possible. We have this personal connection.
I can't think of another industry group that shares that way. And it's just great folks to work with. And they're so willing to share their knowledge or to send you to someone who might have that knowledge.
There's a lot of different opportunities for education here. We've got sessions in the morning, sessions in the afternoon, and we've got also innovation stations up on the expo floor.
You can do something within your role, or you can say, I want to step out, try something different, and go to maybe an innovation station where you don't know anything about that topic.
The Idea Exchange is a great way for new technology to hit the industry, especially when you get a new inventor that's really excited about his product.
I think the value in the keynote is it really helps us put on that leadership hat and think about what are some things that we can take back and directly apply in our everyday professional lives, and then also our personal lives as well.
Everybody is working towards a common goal to improve the industry, improve GEAPS, improve their companies, and all those relationships fuel that. It's more than just a job, it's a calling.
We feed and fuel the world. What a more noble cause than that? We're really impacting people all over the world.
Well, that is the show. We thank you so much for joining us today. If this is your first time joining the Whole Grain Podcast, we welcome you. If you would like to ensure that you receive each and every episode as soon as they are released and to check on past podcast episodes, just go to your favorite podcast app, do a search for Whole Grain, hit the subscribe button. That's all you need to do. And don't forget to leave a 5-star rating on your podcast app that ensures that others around the world can check out this as well. We already have listeners in 62 countries. Let's keep growing this podcast. And of course, you can also find this on our GEAPS website at jeeps.com/whole grain. Hey, if you're a vendor or supplier of the grain industry, did you know that GEAPS Whole Grain Podcast offers a terrific opportunity to spotlight your business through audio ads? You can also be featured as a global thought leader by serving as a guest in the show as we work to advance the grain handling and processing industry. If you and your organization want to create an audio ad for a future episode, or you are interested in serving as a guest on the Whole Grain Show, please reach out to me, Jim Lenz, Director of Global Training and Education at GEAPS, also the host and producer of this show. We have an in-house audio production studio where we can service all of your needs right from the very comfort of a virtual environment. We'll be happy to work with you. Just reach out to me. My email is james@jeeps.com. That's JAMES@GEAPS.com. We look forward to connecting with you. Hey, continue listening. Share the news of the show with your friends and colleagues. Have yourself a great day. And thanks for listening to this very special episode of Whole Grain. Make it a great day.